Hi there, David here from daviddumaiaudio.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change some strange sounds like this into some nice bird ambiances like this. All right, so if you are in need of some natural bird sounds because you're designing some ambiances, or you need some kind of new creature sounds for maybe some sci-fi game or something like that, or if you just find yourself in the same situation as the audio team from the video game Ghost of Tsushima and you need some additional bird sounds, but you're in the middle of a pandemic and you can't really go out, or you're in the middle of production, you can't go out and get some, then what I'm going to show you in this video is going to help you because it's going to show you exactly how you can do that. All right, but before we get into the video though, if you are a sound designer, I have a little gift for you. It is my 5 layering techniques guide. These are 5 different layering techniques that I use and other professionals use to create some awesome sound effects. So if you want to grab that, it'll be free. Links will be in the description below. All right, let's get into the video. All right, so here we are inside of Reaper, and the first thing you're going to want to do is to get some sort of bird sound that maybe you want to mimic or imitate or something similar, just to get used a starting point. So what I did is I downloaded this one from the internet. So here's the bird sound. So that's the sound I used. And what you want to do is import it into a sampler. So what I did here is I imported it into Faceplant here. Actually, I think it was this one here. And I'm just going to bring it over to here. And now if I play it. So there's the sound. And what you'll want to do is actually pitch it down so that we can recreate it using our voice. So for this kind of high-pitched sound, I found that 3 octaves is pretty good. So 3 octave down sounds like this. So now with that sound, that is something that I could replicate with my voice. And that's exactly what I did once I knew kind of what it sounded like. And that's what I did. So if I come down here, I have this sound here, which I imitated with my voice. So let's have a listen to this. Okay, it sounds pretty bad. It doesn't need to be great because what we're eventually going to do is pitch it back up to be back into the original pitch. So now that we have this, what I did is I added some reverb because in the original sound, you'll hear there's a bit of reverb, and if you don't do that, it's kind of dry. So here, it's a pretty simple patch. It's just ROM reverb. I put the mix down to about 28% and the decay down to 3.7. I mean, you can kind of play around with this till you get a sound that you like, but there was no like hard or fast rule about this. I kind of just played around with it till I thought it sounded good. All right, so that was the sound. Then what I did is I exported that and I brought it back in into my project here and into Faceplant. So now if I play it, it sounds like this. So there it is. And now what we're going to want to do is pitch it back up. So because I pitched it down 3 octaves, I'm going to pitch it now back up 3 octaves. And now we should have something that's close or at least similar to that bird sound that we originally had. So let's have a listen. It almost sounds like a loon or some other type of bird, but I think it works pretty well. Now, the last thing that I did here was I added Stratus. This is just a reverb with an exterior setting. I brought the mix down to 17% here. This is just to place it in a space because or else it feels kind of dry. And here you get a bit of that echo. And now, once I have that, I can just put it in here with this ambience that I recorded just in my backyard. Sounds like this. Right, just noise, wind. And now I can play these bird sounds. Right, and you can put these, and now you can put them around in the stereo field to kind of pan them around and make them seem like they're a little bit everywhere. But if you do this with a bunch of different kind of bird sounds, you can create these nice atmospheres, these nice creature sounds, bird sounds that are really rich. So if you have a listen here, I created another one here. Let's have a listen to this one. right? It can be kind of challenging to hear which ones are the real ones and which ones are the fake ones. Of course, you have to be careful with this because you don't want to pitch them too high or pitch them too low, and you don't want to make them too loud. So you want to make sure they're well like placed in the stereo field and well placed in the environment. And also, you want to make sure that they aren't too similar to other birds that are in the actual recording. Because if they're too similar, it'll be really obvious which ones are real and which ones are not. So you have to be really careful about that. But if you're able to make them quite distinct, then they should blend in really well together and make these really nice atmospheres. So let's have a listen to this last example here, and then that'll be it here. Right? And if you want to hear just the bird sounds that we created here. Right? They just blend really well with the atmospheres. All right, so I hope you like that tip, that trick for designing some of your custom birds. If you want to see the actual original video from the Ghost of Tsushima and how they actually went about doing this, I'll put a link in the description below because it's pretty interesting. And also, if you want to see some other natural ambience sound design tips or videos, I actually created one, and you can see it right here. Actually, right here. I'll post it in the cards above. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can check that out there. Just a reminder to get that guide, 5 layering techniques. And I think that's it for now. I hope you found the video useful, valuable. Questions, please leave them down in the comments below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.